Hello Internet, James Allen from Out of 8, and today I'm playing turn-based fantasy strategy game Age of Fear 3: The Legend. I've reviewed the previous two games in the series, and not much has changed engine-wise at all. It still uses the old Java-based game engine, which is a little bit outdated from, many years ago when the original game came out. But what you are getting are two fairly lengthy campaigns. Story-driven, gives you a lot of missions with specific objectives that you have to achieve. So that's basically where most of the value goes. Going with the campaign, you also get a lot of different units with different abilities, which I'll kind of show off a little bit in a skirmish game. So you do also get multiplayer options. You can play other players if you're on a LAN, but I'm going to do a skirmish against the AI. So unfortunately, I can't actually change my player name, so apparently I'm desktop5135CB6. And I also can't change the limit for the amount of gold that any player can have. So I'm going to make a team that has 10,000 gold. So I'm going to create a new player team. I'll just call it video. And you select which faction you have. So you can do different races in the game. There are, as you can see here, 6. Chaos Demons, Dwarves, Forest Folk, Greenskins, you can read them. Humans and Undead. So let's see who I want to pick. We'll pick the humans, kind of traditionalist there. So we'll do that. And then what you can do is you can recruit units, and they're all priced differently based on their abilities. And my cap is 10,000 because that's what I can't change it to. So they all have different abilities that you can see listed here. All the different stats, hit points, movement points, attack, defense, and then all the different attributes that they can do. So a lot of these expensive units here basically just do magic. So I'm going to do a couple of those, and I'm going to kind of screen them with these units. We'll do a couple paladins. Actually, not that many, because that's basically all my units. So, units do gain experience over time, which is pretty nifty. Do a couple rangers. And we'll do some footmen to kind of screen the more expensive units. A couple decent guys there, and then I'm down to like 400, so let's get rid of one of these. 800, huh? Let's do another ranger. And then we'll do another foot. We'll do a pikeman. There you go, there's my 10,000. So, that's my team. I will join a game against the AI. So there are a couple of maps that you can play with. None of them are very interesting to play with at all. There's not a lot of environmental, attributes there. It's basically a pretty small map, so it doesn't really matter which one I pick there. There's no randomly generated maps either. So I'm going to be on the north, so I'll be the local player, and then we'll have a normal AI as the south. So there's my video thing and then random AI team. And away we go. Alright, so as soon as everything spawns in, then you can press OK. And then have at it. So it is I go, you go, so you move all your units first. And then the other team moves all their units. So let's see what I'm actually up against here. Monsters and stuff. So, as with the previous games in the series, there are no hexes. This is a freely, movable area here. So what you can do, and kind of what the strategy is, and unfortunately all my stuff spawned backwards of what I wanted, is you want to kind of screen your powerful units with units that are less powerful. So, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to keep these guys kind of around the edge. There's another ranger. My archmage. And it's simply just click and move. And then you can use their special abilities down here if units are in range, which they aren't yet. So like that. Keep my footmen in the middle. And you can see, it indicates where those units can move. And how they are screened by neighboring units. And then that's it for my first turn. And then the enemy will move as well. And that's basically it. So, you know, pretty easy to use, you know, rules. Everybody moves and can shoot per turn. The interface has a little ring, which you can barely see because I'm red, down here on the bottom, which indicates whether they've moved or not. You also have the portraits down here that you can use. So even though the game is pretty outdated in terms of its graphics, it's still fairly usable. For what you want to do. I'm actually going to move these guys first.
Glorious. Welcome.
So I need to get some, you know,
Glorious.
Repetitive acknowledgement stuff.
Splendid.
So these are the guys I want to keep in the back.
At a distance. Do you need my stuff? Magic as always. You have my sword. I have plenty.
Yeah, so that's everybody. But as you can see on this map, and this is typical of all the skirmish maps, the campaign maps are a little bit more interesting. But there's, you know, nowhere to hide, basically. So action's going to start very quickly. I'm going to have to worry about these Hydra. When you click on a unit, it shows hit percent if you click on an enemy, using the default weapon. So, you know, and then it uses dice rolls. So you can actually get pretty unlucky with that. And I don't know if I actually want to isolate him yet, to be honest.
Commands.
I might actually just move him up and then kind of go in next time. Those guys can move to there, so let me go to here.
Yes, my king.
So you can see the, you know, the movement for the other units there. Alright, so I'm just going to have to move up
Glorious.
and screen my other units.
Excellent. Fight for the king. Splendid.
I think these guys are outside of the range, though. Yeah, they're outside of the range, unfortunately for that. So we'll just move them up behind this line.
Magic, as always. Do you need my stuff?
That guy's like way
Amy.
far away from everybody. Alright, stuff's about to happen now. Here we go. See, the AI is actually pretty good at identifying which units to go after. AI is good. Because you can see how I use those units to go after my ranged units, which are weaker in, you know, close-to-close combat there. I'm probably going to lose this. Like I said, the AI is actually pretty good at this game. Way better than I am. I'm already lost some units. Alright.
Rush him down.
Alright, let's see what we can do here. So let's fireball the
My
Hydra.
power is yours.
Actually, maybe not.
Yes.
Can I fireball him? Yeah, there we go.
Do you need my stuff?
Miss, 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 miss. Perfect. Exactly what I wanted.
Magic.
This is going to happen with every single one of these guys. That's cool. Yeah, you get other things, teleport units around. So some pretty interesting abilities, if you're so inclined. Oh, I got somebody. That's good. Yeah, these guys are way too close. Actually, let me try to do this first.
They won't notice.
Nope.
At a distance.
See, the problem is they can only move or shoot. They can't do both.
Aiming.
So these guys are just going to get chased around the map all the time, which is unfortunate.
Want some more?
Yes.
Try me.
You can see that they're much less accurate when they're right up close. Right now we're just going to start hacking away at stuff. It's all the same, 50-50.
For the kingdom.
Ugh.
They won't notice.
Alright. Now's time for my death. Like I said, I'm not very good. Just losing units already. Yeah, there goes my... This is the end of it right here. Everybody's morale dropped because I lost so many units, and they're just going to start retreating. I got nothing for these guys. I have 5 units I can actually control, so that's awesome. And he actually can't even do anything. He's only got a 30% hit chance, so he's gonna... I'm gonna retreat him out. Go away. Can I kill something at least? There we go, thank you. Thank you very much.
Here's my message. Fire.
Alright, now we're getting some luck.
Try to stop me.
Yeah, you missed though. So this will be over pretty quick here. I'm so screwed. I got some units back until they start retreating. So, now I don't. Okay, he doesn't have any mana for that anyway. Well, let's get him out of the range of this stuff. Basically, like over here.
Do you need my stuff? On it.
Yeah.
Try me. Out of my way.
I mean, I can take him out, I just don't have enough units that are not panicking to do anything with. You're giving me 4 units, alright. Now we're talking. I don't think... Yeah, well... It's almost not even worth it, like 30%? Like, really?
Check my spells.
Okay. Yeah, he can actually
My
do.
power is yours. Magic.
Summon something?
Devoid.
Yeah.
Fire. War is coming.
Go elemental. Yay. Oh. They have like 2 Hydra. There goes my elemental.
I shall do it.
It doesn't even matter.
Want some more?
Well, got one thing.
Out of my way.
Hey, got more units back. So that's something.
On it.
Not dead yet. Alright, he's snared, isn't he?
For the kingdom. Glorious.
I have like no plan for these hydras. Alright, down to 3 units now. 2 of which are just retreating.
They won't know.
This guy's gonna... Oh, and he missed anyway. Well, let me submit my turn. There we go. He's dead. Yay! Alright, there you go. That's Age of Fear 3, The Legend. I'm not very good at it, but that's okay. It's basically the same game as it was before in Age of Fear 1 and 2. What you're getting, what you're paying for, are the 2 campaigns and a bunch of new units. You know, now the AI is probably improved because it can handle the new units and play with them pretty effectively. You know, the AI is really good at targeting vulnerable units, you know, moving around the map, screening units, using abilities and stuff like that. So the AI is really good to play against. But, you know, the skirmish mode is a little limited because the maps aren't very interesting and there's only a handful of them. The multiplayer is for LAN only. I mean, you could try to set up a server, but you have to, you know the address and stuff, and you can't actually type in anything anyway. So, so there's no matchmaking or anything inside of the, inside of the game. So, you know, it still uses the same Java-based engine with sprites, which, while they are detailed, does make the game look a little bit old. Interface is actually pretty decent. Can be a little bit hard to tell which units it moves and which haven't based on which color you get assigned, because it uses the same, you know, kind of circle indicator to say whether units have moved that turn or not. But other than that, you know, at least it gives you a list of units on the bottom and, you know, all the abilities and stuff there. So, you know, it's not totally archaic in that sense. So basically, you know, while I probably wouldn't pay for the campaigns and the units, if you're into this type of game and haven't played Age of Fear 1 and 2, I think this is you know, a pretty good place to start, because the basic game mechanics are inviting. You know, it's very easy to play, it's very approachable, has a lot of different units. I do like the method of movement in the game where it's not, you know, restricted to hexes. It's free form movement, you know, so you're able to maneuver a little bit more freely here than you are in other games. So in that sense, I recommend it, although I would say if you're going from 2 to 3, there isn't really that much reason to do so unless you're really into the single-player campaigns and having a lot more units to play with. That's all I have for today. Till next time, bye now.